Hey folks, welcome again to 7 Mile Hill Sanctuary. As you can see, we're here at Robin's cabin. She's putting the finishing touches on. She's got all the tongue and groove on. She's trimmed out the windows. We're getting ready to plumb in the sink. If you look around the cabin here, you can see some of the detailed work she's done. The tongue and grooves on the walls. Windows are somewhat trimmed out. We're closing in on getting this cabin so it's habitable.
We want to remind our customers.
And then there's this kit.
Kit is the same, but it's got this, right? You know what?
Right.
I'm going to be behind you, man.
I think what I'm going to go with kit.
Right.
Yep.
Along with this, you know, it looks like I might have to substitute this with that,
Right.
which these. As you can see, we've got this on-demand hot water heater. This is the same one that we have up in the upper cabin where Robin and I stay at. As you can see, right now we're putting in the valves so I can connect up with the water. So I've put the hot valve in here for my water line. I'm getting ready for the supply to come into this so I can disperse out of this after the supply water comes in through this valve. This is my pressure release valve, which goes on the hot. This one's on. Pressure release valve has just been put in. I'm getting ready to put this supply line up into here, and it'll go straight down through this water line with the PEX fitting, and then I'll run PEX to this sink from a T, which will go outside from the water tank, which my transfer pump will push or pull in the water from outside into this cabin. And from here, it'll be pushed up into this hot water on demand will take the cold water, thus in turn, making it hot, coming out of here and supplying hot water to the sink, hot water to the shower, hot water to the bathroom sink. And then of course, this cold line, which will have a T down here, will go to the sink, to the shower, and to the other sink, as well as to the toilet. So the cold water does not require pressure release. It's only on the hot. So right now we're getting ready to put this valve on so I can tie in. We're using here this 3/4 FIP Union and Webstone brand. It's compact. We've had good luck with it up at the other cabin, and we're going to try it again here on this cabin because so far it hasn't failed us. So for anybody that's looking to use brass fittings, we recommend this one. It does work. Hey everybody, welcome again to 7 Mile Hill Sanctuary. Here we are in Robin's cabin again, and we have our effort put forth with our hot water on demand, which isn't fully hooked up yet. However, in our last video we showed you that we're putting in the water lines, which we now have connected to go outside. You can see we have a transfer pump. This one happens to be electric because we have not set up the 12-volt battery as of yet. But if you look underneath this counter, down underneath the counter, you're going to see where the water line goes out. And that goes out to our water tank, which we just got. It thus comes in, goes into the pump thus sends it into the, here's your supply line. It comes up into the hot water heater, thus in turns it's teed off down here, which goes to the bathroom, which the blue line goes to the sink. So there's water here out of the sink, which we now have hooked up. You can hear possibly that pump working, and we're gonna momentarily we'll walk into the bathroom and we'll show you that the shower, which we now have hooked up. We're getting ready to hook up a different line to the toilet, which we did. The first thing we did was put a line in from outside in the main water line to our toilet. So I'm going to disconnect that, tie it into this, and then we're going to put a couple elbows on and tie into the bathroom sink. And then after that is done, we will have cold water into the house, and Lord willing, once the propane is set up, we will have hot water coming out of the hot water heater into the rest of the house. The kitchen sink, the bathroom sink, the shower, and thus. So if you follow me into the bathroom, we're going to show you the plumbing that we've just established coming through this wall. Going into, behind here is the bathroom, and you're going to see where it's connected to the shower. We have a shut-off valve out here, so we're not going to leave a access panel behind the shower wall. We're going to close that in. So follow me into the bathroom. So as you can see, here is our mixing valve tied into this brace. This was set up for a tub. We do not have a tub, so I put an end cap on that. Our mixing valve goes hot and cold coming in from where we just left the kitchen. Here's the cold water, here's the hot water. So these two come through here, through the wall. As you can see, we have this water board here. It's going to go against this wall for moisture and mildew resistance. So this will be covered up. We won't have to worry about an access panel because we have shut-off valves out there. Now the cold water line is now set up going into the shower, into the mixer valve, and up into the nozzle. And here is my extension of my water line. Right now I have a shut-off valve, a ball cock, so I can turn the water on and off to purge the air out of it. So right now it's laying in here. We'll have a little pedestal with these run under coming off of this and down 1.5 inches up next to this, so it'll be part of the shower step. This is going to come back into this wall with this 90, and it'll run. The cold and hot water lines will go from here for a 90 back behind the toilet, and then back with another 90 back into here, tied into this. So as you can see here in the corner, I don't know if you can see it, lighting's kind of poor. Here's our main line coming in from the well. It's tied in right now. I plumbed it in temporarily to the toilet, so this would be the first thing that we had with water and use of while we were working on the cabin. But I'm going to disconnect that and change it to this line that we just saw. So we got a line coming in here with a 90, a line coming behind the toilet with 2 90s, and then they'll come in behind here and they'll tie into this plumbing here. So right now there's nothing plumbed in because I don't have the well fired up right now to bring the water in. So we've discontinued the main line and we've transferred it into a 350-gallon holding tank. So whoever uses this cabin, probably, I don't know, I guess probably about a week, maybe 2, depending on how much water they use. We'll fill the tank again every week or 2, whatever it takes. But here, you can see, we're going to show you here what Robin and I have done putting in the shower. It's still in the basic renovation, but there's our water coming out of it. Pretty good pressure for a little 12-volt pump. So we just shut it off, and now we're getting ready to tie these 2 water lines in, bring them back around, tie them into the cold teed off from the toilet, off back around into the sink, and then also with the hot. Once I bring the hot around with a couple 90s and tie it in, we're going to go outside, open up the propane tank to bring in the fuel to run our hot water on demand. And Lord willing, within the next half hour to an hour, Miss Robin will have herself hot water. And for all you guests that are interested in coming to visit at 7 Mile Hill Sanctuary, you'll be blessed too, not have to take a cold shower. Yeah. Let me go here more, I guess. That's it right there. Alright, but so that should work. Hopefully. And just turn it. Let's see if you'll tighten it. There's nothing to say. The mosquitoes here at 7 Mile Hill are chewing me up. It's a good thing I ain't got to dig ground, put this in the ground. This is our new water tank. We've upgraded to a 350 versus a 250. As you can see, we've just put this adapter in there to get the water line to tie into it coming into the cabin. We're going to go get a transfer pump and then take the water from that line right over there. It's underground. You can see the garden hose. That'll come from the well. It'll fill it. That hose will fill this tank right here at the top. Yeah. Somehow I got to get that out of there, but
Oh, check it out.
so that's how that goes in. Here's your fill. And then once it's filled up, it's dispersed through here. Transfer pump will take it to the cabin, and we won't have to haul water because now we have the well, the hose bib, everything's in. Just fire up the generator, fill the tank as needed. 300 gallons, probably ought to get somebody through the week. Stay tuned, stay plugged in, stay connected.